Happy Thursday to you. I bring you greetings and good tidings and blessings from inside our sanctuary, where many of you watching this will recognize, with a very simple altar and a painting by one of our own that depicts the infinity of humanity that we attempt to be at one with. In the complexity and the depth of diversity of humanity, well, we're attempting to make the decision. Do we move our worship space on Sunday to indoors? That was the original plan a good 7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, 2 months ago. And now we're at that decision. And the complexity and the messiness is, well, there's still a variant, the Delta variant out there that could erupt or explode. And we want to be prudent. We want to be reasonable. We want to listen to you and to listen to the Holy Spirit. And we have a storm named Elsa that is making its way up, and we have a really rainy day here ahead, and with more forecast for rain on the way. And so you will have found in your email this morning or last night a survey. And so I'm going to invite you to continue to fill that out. If you have already filled it out, thank you. If you have not yet filled it out, I would really implore you to fill that out as we seek literally to figure out, not really to figure out, but to listen to the gathered body. For we truly believe that where two or more are gathered, the Holy Spirit is in the midst of that. As we seek to come back inside, we know that for some of us and for many of us, we have been missing this space. And there are a lot of us that are like, I have been loving the outdoors and listening to the bird song and having my feet in the grass and being literally with nature. And so the complexity and the diversity is very similar to this painting that someone, I do not know who, has hung on our back wall for this season, where this cloth upon the table for me offers us an emblem and a signal for where we're going next. We're going to start a new worship series called Quest, which really does look at our journeys, our quest for a spiritual depth. A piece of our mission statement is to deepen our spirituality. And in each summertime, when we move into ordinary season, into the growing season, we'll purposefully hold this up before us. Quest is the root word of question. We seek, we ask. Where do we need to move? How do we need to open our hearts? Where do we need to open our eyes and listen for the Holy Spirit moving us? Which then, if we're really truthful and honest about it, which I have been attempting to be for me, is the change. We've been through a pandemic. We are still in the midst of a pandemic. And so what is the change that has been brought about in me and in you and for this gathered body that calls itself High Country United Church of Christ? What do those words mean to us? And I really think it's important that we do this work as we move towards our 19th anniversary, as we seek to remember and to move into that which we are being called as a church. All these marks of time, I appreciate it when we ritualize them and when we hold them and when we mark time together. And so most likely this Sunday, the survey responses thus far, most likely we will, I don't even want to say it right now, we will probably be indoors with masks. And singing is going to be dicey and iffy, for aerosol is how this variant spreads. And we want to be prudent and reasonable about how we come together as a gathered community, be as safe as possible. And yet we call ourselves a church of an extravagant welcome, which is dicey, which is hard, which is messy and complicated. And I want to lift up and celebrate the work of our WISE team that is coming together with a draft of a relational covenant. And right now in the draft version, the very first statement talks about the difference between our need to be right versus our need to be in community with one another. And right now, that truly is what I'm seeking in the challenges and the complexity and the diversity of that. It was many years ago when one of my mentors and colleagues taught me the phrase, it's not about being right, wrong, it's not about good or bad. It's just about how do we be together in community. And so may we listen to one another. There will become another email and possibly another video literally tomorrow and Saturday as we decide the protocols for this Sunday, July the 11th, as we begin a new worship series called Quest. And so I invite your questions. I invite your seeking. I invite your hearts to be open, knowing that when we come with a vulnerability, knowing that when we open ourselves to one another, there is something rich there. For real, it is scary, and there will be fear involved. And yet, when we look at our holy text, it continually talks about not being afraid. And I will admit and confess to you my own fears. I have been very adamant that we will go slow. We will make these decisions deliberately and with intention. And this will be one of those as well. So please answer the survey. Please talk to me. Please talk to your moderators. And let us be community together. For we seek this faith together. So with this message, you will hear another one probably in the next day or two. And until then, see you tomorrow. See you Saturday. See you Sunday. See you next week.